So let us try talking about the next part of the video, which is understanding the types of medium of channel. So medium of channel can be distributed into two parts. One is print, which is also called the traditional, or broadcasting, which is also called the digital media, or what do you call it? The digital media, yeah. The e-media, electronic media. So basically medium of channel can be of two parts. Why is it of two parts? Medium of channel basically means print media is like newspapers or letters, whereas broadcasting is like news or social media, something like that. This is what about the medium of channel. So the next part that we are going to cover is a very important portion, which is what are the methods of communication basically? What are the methods in which we communicate? So we communicate on the basis of two ways. Okay? One through the words called verbal communication, and one not using the words, which is called non-verbal communication. So what is verbal communication? Whenever you use words with meanings, when your words convey some meaning, it's called verbal communication. For example, verbal communication are of two parts. Now you would understand what verbal communication means. Verbal communication can be defined into two parts. Either you write or either you speak. So if you write it, then it's called written. When you speak it, it's called oral. So if you're conveying a message by speaking, then it's called oral communication. And if you're sending it via written form, like newspaper or something, then it's a written one. An oral can be news or videos, anything, audio, podcasts, anything would be a communication, oral communication. Yeah. What are non-verbal things? Verbal things. Basically, non-verbal things. There can be various types of non-verbal communications. Non-verbal communications are those which you don't use your words to convey. For example, body language. For example, the tone of your voice or the pitch of your voice. The third being that how you appear to be. Why? I mean, a body language is basically how you're portraying yourself to be. Is it a strong body language or is it like a weak body language? Or like the tone or pitch of your voice, it would show how confident you are, how much less confident you are, and about how much you appear, about your appearance, what you're wearing. Because what you wear is significantly also tells the other person that okay, this is how the person is. If you dress formal, then they would be like he's a professional person or she's a professional person. Whereas if you go out there with a tees and a bit of pajamas, then it's going to be a very different kind of a communication, or it commutes a very different thing. So communication, if you understand, is nothing but what you are giving to the other person. For example, I'm communicating with you. How am I communicating? I'm using my hands. I'm using a pen. I'm using a okay. Another non-verbal is eye contact. The more you maintain an eye contact, the more you maintain, like I'm currently looking at the camera and talking to you guys. So that is the very essence of communication. So it's very, very important to maintain a non-verbal communication with the verbal ones. It's okay, you have written something great, you have made something great, but do you really like a speech which does not sound great? If the tone keeps changing, if like, yeah, I am talking to you guys, and if the tone keeps on changing or the pitch keeps on changing, I was like, these are not the things which are very great. So you have to keep and maintain of the non-verbal things so that your verbal things are. It's like a polishing to your verbal things.